This solid drawing is part of a series in which you're going to combine spheres and cylinders to start to build up the forms of characters.
Okay, so now we're going to be taking what we've learned previously. So we've already done spheres and we've already done cylinders. And we're going to take and combine these to show you how you can make a head and a neck shape for your characters. So for this one, I want you to start with, we're going to say combining spheres and cylinders as our exercise name. Okay, so I want you to start with some circles or ellipses or ovals just to get of different sizes just to get started. So again, you can make, oops, that's a little squatty. I'm gonna switch this one. So I want you to try some ellipses of different sizes, some spheres of different sizes. So we're starting really similar to what we've done before. Okay, so now that we have this in place, I want you to think about, do you want to extend your forms any and change like the shape of them? Do you want to give them like pointy chins? I'm gonna leave a couple as just circles here. Here, I might take and make this more triangular. And then once you have that in place, I want you to go back and draw your center ellipses and find the front of your object. So here's my outside of my shape. So within it, I would have an ellipse and an ellipse, and I'm going to use this front line for it. I'm going to use this line here as part of that, and I can get rid of any ellipses that would, or the back part of the ellipse that I no longer need. So here, I'm going to go ahead, draw this way, add my ellipse going through this way, and I'm going to use this part as the front. Okay, here I'm going to go ahead and draw an ellipse inside. So just like we practiced with our spheres, I want you to take and figure out what is the front part of your ellipse or sphere and erase the lines that aren't part of that. So now we've got kind of our head shapes here. We're going to take and we're going to add some cylinders to them now. So for the cylinders, I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a cylinder that overlaps with the shape that I already had here. Okay, so I'm drawing an ellipse here. I can make the bottom one wider if I wanted to, but I need another ellipse. And then remember, we're going to connect our outside edges here. Okay, now then I'm going to get rid of the parts that I can't see. Okay, so now this cylinder is blocking this part of our sphere or ellipse. And then if I wanted to, I can even add these contour lines to show the direction that we're seeing this cylinder. Okay, let's start with a basic one. So it would be pretty much underneath it. We're going to start with an ellipse that's just inside of the circle here, and we're going to draw another one similar in size down below. Now with this, if you wanted to, you could even have it be curved. And then again, thinking about, okay, we see this bottom side here, so we need to decide, okay, which direction we're going to see our lines. So I wanted to keep it this direction this time where we don't see the bottom of the cylinder. So I'm just taking and I'm including the part of the cylinder that will curve the same direction as the bottom and erasing that upper part, okay? But here we have our sphere over the top, so we wouldn't even see this top part of our cylinder. All right, let's try another one here. So we've got an ellipse here. We can add a slightly bigger one here. And kind of that same thing, follow the contour of the direction that you want it to go. And then we wouldn't see this because it's inside of that face shape that we have, but we could keep all the rest that are right there and erase that part there. So right now I want you to take and add some cylinders to create the necks of your character. So now we have a combination of spheres and cylinders to create the neck and head of our characters.